And the usual start. Warning. The following live broadcast may contain loud, obnoxious, shrill, and alarming noises that might be considered disturbing, if not outright uncomfortable to listen to, especially if you are wearing headphones, unless you do enjoy the sounds of garbage trucks, smoke detectors, and car alarms. I share my office with an African gray parrot and two parakeets, and I have no control over their behavior while I am live streaming. Unlike my regular videos where I have the opportunity to edit them out as best as I can. If you are sensitive to loud, surprising background noises, I recommend either not turning your volume up too loud or watching my edited pre-recorded videos instead. Viewer discretion is advised. Wow, one of these days we're gonna get this smoothed out. At least the transitions going into smoothly. Boy, I can't English today. So okay. So the transitions are smooth, but not my dialogue. Okay. So, hi everybody. So just to give everyone's a heads up, I don't know if you guys can hear it, but I do have a fan going, so if it's a little too obnoxious for you guys, just tell me and I'll try to either put it aside somewhere or whatnot. Hopefully not. No. Although he is known for cursing, I have him distracted with some peanuts and stuff. So hopefully, it'll keep him quiet for a little bit. Hello, James. Hello, George. Hello, hola. Right, so I can't hear the fan. Okay, good. Okay, good. Because it's like 80 degrees here, and I got to keep the windows closed so you don't hear the noise from outside, the even more obnoxious noises from outside. So so hopefully it won't be too bad. Okay, good. So, all right. Okay. So I think, all right, we got Facebook in line. Okay. So excuse me if I look a little out of it today. I'm having a post recovery recovery day. Probably like for the first time in like almost a year. I did my usual morning run yesterday, and I'm still recovering from it. 4 miles. So so I'm hoping to build it up, so that I can get back into my usual slow running pace. So if I look a little out of it, it's because my legs are still achy and mad about it. So okay, so let's get on with the show. So okay, usual intros. Hello everybody. My name is Daphne Lage, and I'm a cartoonist, illustrator, and comic book artist from New York. I have been self-publishing comics since 1992, and I am known for my funny animal fantasy Tall Tales. And especially recently, I am now also known for my my medieval fantasy soap opera comic, Tall Tales. That's the adventure one. The EGORAVEN, Heir of the First Unicorn, just to show you how out of it I am today. EGORAVEN, Heir of the First Unicorn, which is currently on Kickstarter, and we're going to talk about it for a little bit before, in the housekeeping segment. So you can read both of my comics online at Tall Tales, TAILS online.com, if you prefer your fantasy to be more adventure-oriented, action-oriented, and egoworks.com to read EGORAVEN if you prefer your fantasy to be more drama-centered. And also, if you're watching me on Facebook, you can check out all my videos on how I do my comics on YouTube at Daphne Lage, Lage art. But you can find all the links to everything at egoworks.com above my head here. So let's see. Well, we can talk about that. Yeah. We have something coming up. So we can talk about that for a little bit. And nothing funny. Well, there's Ralph. Ralph makes it a little funny, but it's not. Yeah, it's not haha hysterical type. Hey Nita, yeah. Well, so it's either Nita or Meredith, but either one. But hello to both of you. Thank you. Yes, I would like to see myself ink too. Right, yeah, except maybe his cousin, yeah. So let's do a little housekeeping here. So as I mentioned in the intro, and my garbled intro, I do have EGORAVEN is on Kickstarter right now. So let me show that. Of course, why is this not working? Oh, that's why. Because it would help if I added everything to the stream. There we go. So as we can see, okay. So this jumped a little bit. I was at 25 when I was setting this up. So thank you to my new supporters. So yeah, so we have 14 days left to go on the campaign. All the sticker stretch goals are unlocked. And the only thing that's left right now is the print that everyone's going to get once we get to 3,500. So let me scroll down here because this thing gets longer and longer every time I update it. So here's the print that everyone's going to get. The original was already raffled off during the launch party, but everyone is going to get this print when we break $3,500 on the campaign. Even if you ordered a digital level, you are going to get a PDF of this print as well, so nobody gets left out. So here are the stickers that I'm looking forward to get done. I'm really happy that all of those are unlocked. There's the parrot, so just so you know. And we still have the backer stretch goal, well, the backer goal to meet. So at 134 backers, I'm unlocking a raffle for this original piece that anybody, again, if you're either a digital level or a physical backer, you will be put in the raffle. And as many people as backers as there are when I finally do the raffle, those are all the people who are going to be included. So it's not just strictly 134. So let's see. So yeah, so what's new, what I did new with the campaign is I've been getting some questions as to at what point am I at with this series. And I just want to remind everybody that I'm ahead of schedule with this. So even though this is the Kickstarter for number 2, I am technically up to issue 7. And I just did the layouts for issue 8 last night. So, and also the cover layout for that issue as well. And yeah, so let me show you something. So because of that, I guess, concern, I actually put this graphic together just to show you. So these are the covers for the issues that I have currently and that are in the pipeline for the rest of the year and the beginning of next year. So you can see Silk Rose, which is the prequel. You have issue 1 and issue 2 are listed there, and then you see issues 3 through 7, which, like I said, I am working on right now. 3, 4, and 5 are 3, 4, and 5 are currently being colored. Well, they're flatted. They're being flatted. And I'm in the middle of lettering them as well. So coloring them shouldn't be that big of a deal once I get all the flats done. And then 6 and 7, the last 2 ones there, I have in layout form. So that's also I just have to pencil and ink those and also letter them on top of coloring them. But I'm hoping to have enough of a buffer this year that by the time I'll have proofs for at least the first trade by the end of the year, and issues 3, 4, and 5, just to, well, 3 may or may not come in September. My scheduling is getting really thrown off with all the campaigns that we have combined with Tall Tales. So I'm really going to have issue 3 on Kickstarter by September. So, we'll see about that. I'm going to try to keep that a hard date, which is, I think, like September 20th. So, because it keeps me focused when I do that. So yeah, so that's what we're at the campaign right now. And the other new thing that's connected to the campaign is I have an exclusive print. I did a crossover with, let me see, get that to load up, with Nightwolf, with the Nightwolf campaign, issues 1 through 5. And if you support starting today to June 2nd, which is when EGORAVEN, the campaign finishes for that. So you have about you have the 2 weeks to support both campaigns. You will get an exclusive print on behalf of Nightwolf. It's a crossover between EGORAVEN and Nightwolf, featuring Robert Mutari's character Snowball. And yeah, so this print is exclusive to our campaigns. Essentially, you have to support Nightwolf and EGORAVEN simultaneously in order to get this print. So you'll be getting the print from the Nightwolf campaign. So if you want to get the print, you can support both of our campaigns. The links are in the description box below, the show notes, or whatever you want to call it. Oh, where's my frame? Hold on, my frame is missing. There we go. So that's what's going on right now. So yeah, like I said, I'm a little out of it. I'm a little tired, but I think we can make it through today. So yeah. Oh, you have no idea. Hey, Jake. Yeah, it's a little crazy. When I started, hold on. Let me sort this out here. It's when I started scheduling for the year, I had this whole thing about go big or go home. And now that we're in May already, and I'm 3 campaigns in, with a 4th one looming on the horizon, I'm kind of thinking maybe I went a little too big. So my schedule for the rest of the year is kind of jacked up. So yeah, I'm a little hesitant now to give actual dates for campaigns. And by the way, updates for all of you who supported the Tall Tales Thieves Quest Volume 1 campaign. I got news from the printer. So everything is slowly coming in. So the stickers are in. We have trading cards. We have a couple of other extra goodies we're going to put in your packages. The books themselves I think they're supposed to ship on the 25th. Yeah, it really does. Yeah. You know what it is? Like at the beginning of the year, I was a bit of a size queen, and now it's like, oh no, that was a bad idea. So yeah, I'm going to have to retool everything. But yeah, the books are coming from the printer. They're shipping on the 25th, so I'm hoping by either the 28th or the 31st at the latest, we'll have the books in-house, and hopefully we can try to, pre-package a lot of stuff so that when the trades come in, we could just slide them in the packages and get everything out. At least with my proofs, I can at least get the weights and the sizes of the the packages, so maybe I could pre-do the labels, so that way it's like book, wrap, out the door, so at least get these. This campaign took a little bit longer to fulfill than I was hoping for. I thought that maybe I would have it done by maybe a week ago, but and so it goes. But everything is going to pretty much ship out normally. So everybody who's kind of side-eyeing me for having one unfulfilled campaign while running another, it's no, everything's getting fulfilled normally. So that's what's going on with that. So hopefully by the end of the month, I'll have everything starting to go out, so that the first week and the second week of June, everyone will have their Tall Tales books to enjoy. So yeah. Okay, so I think oh yeah, so my shirt, yes. Okay, so hold on. So here's my, because I figure if I'm doing Tall Tales, doing some Tall Tales art today, I might as well represent. So this is the artwork from the original omnibus that we did of the trade, that I would love to be able to find a printer to do again, but in better quality. But it is what it is. So that's why we're doing the trades, like this right now, because this is the best quality for the format that we've found for a while. So, but one day we'll get back to doing an omnibus again. Oh, and if you want to get a shirt like this of your own, I do have, you go to egoworks.com or talltalesonline.com, and you can head over to our Redbubble shop, and you can buy this design and a whole bunch of other designs that I have on there. So so thank you very much. Yes, it's a very nice shirt, especially for days like this. It's a very nice quality, light fabric, so it's great for the summer. It's I was very surprised at how good it is. So okay, and just to give you a sneak peek before we transfer over to the table. I'm gonna have to transfer to the table first, to give you a sneak peek at what I'm doing for issue 8. So why don't we go ahead and enjoy a lovely commercial, and I'll transfer over to the desk. So, okay, let's see that and go.
The Continuing Adventures of EGORAVEN returns to Kickstarter. EGORAVEN, Heir of the First Unicorn, Issue 2, continues with EGORAVEN, a half-unicorn, half-human princess, exiled from her enchanted homeland Edenron and forced into Turnham, one of the outer kingdoms of men. If you missed the first issue, don't worry, catch-up levels are available in both digital and physical editions. So check out my campaign, and thank you so much for all of your support.
Okay, and there we are. And it never pops up the way I want it to. I can experiment with this all day. But, okay, hold on. Let me switch this around. It was working exactly the way I wanted to before I was live. But now, of course. So, so this is what I'm going to try to be working on right now. This is page 6 of Tall Tales Tears of the Mother, issue 6, which is technically the next Kickstarter after EGORAVEN. Probably August, I think we're looking at launching this. Either July, I think it's either July or August. I have to check the schedule. But you can see, and the thing is, if I'm talking about EGORAVEN 3 in September, you can kind of see where the problems are beginning to happen. So, but like I said, I got to tweak everything and do that schedule. So it's even though it's page 6, I am skipping around in this issue. I'm pretty much almost halfway done inking, so it's not as bad as it looks. This may be page 6, but it's not the 6th page that I have. I have definitely about half the book done. So hopefully I'm not inking until under the wire when I have to launch the campaign for this book. So, okay. Oh, so yeah, let me show you. So really quick. So like I said, last night I finished thumbnailing EGORAVEN issue 8. Just to tell you, just to tell everybody how far ahead I am on this book. And without being spoilery, because it is the script. Because now this is part of the story where everything is a spoiler. So, but I want to show you this because usually I make my thumbnails really large, and there's a reason why they're called thumbnails, because I started like mapping out the script for the section for issue 8, and I started doodling on the pages, and and it worked out so well. I actually finished the layouts. Now the trick is, so you see my hand for scale there. So yeah, so the trick is when I actually go to draw the actual pages based on these thumbnails, that I still remember what all these little scribbles mean. So yeah, so this is my whole script that so the parts with all the red, that's issue 8 that I'm working on. So that's, at least, I was very happy with how with oh, there we go. Oh yeah, right. Hey Pops. Yeah, it's like it would be nice to get to 1K on the YouTube channel. So oh, hello, Pop Culture Avenger. Hello. I think you're new here, right? Or have you been on here before? So it's like, but welcome. Yeah. So let's get my YouTube channel up to 1,000. So at least I don't have to worry about that milestone anymore, and that's right. Thank you, Jake. Yes. So maybe, we get to 1,000, we start getting a little super chats going, and, encourage me more to make videos again. So along with those layouts, I'm also trying to suss out the layout for the issue 8 cover too, because I'm trying to get these as much in advance as possible. So yeah, I'm tired for a lot of reasons. I'm exhausted. So along with all the covers, so let me just put this back to my little display page and put this back where it belongs, next to the computer. So yeah, I keep a sketchbook next to my computer so that I could just grab it and refer to it and brain dump into it. And then it's like, whatever doodles is my favorite at the moment, I just have it on display. So it's like, it just serves as my own inspiration, because it's like, hey, why not, So okay, so let's get to pretending we're here to work. So let me just put some stuff away here. So yeah, okay, so all right, so we're good. Yeah, because I'm one of these people that I need to have everything around me kind of neat and clean, tidy. So yeah, so at least that's not distracting. So okay, so let me get my pens out, and for those of you, where's my TC? Okay, and for those of you wondering, if you're new here, I ink with Kono rapidographs, which are technically, for architecture, but this is what it's like, this is what I learned forever ago on. So it's like old habits die hard. So yeah, so I mean, a lot of professionals poo-poo this, but you know what? Nobody gets to tell me what to do. So I'm just going to go ahead and continue inking with this. And okay, so let's see what we got here. Let's see. Let's try to concentrate on actually maybe finishing a panel, because I have to keep today. I have a lot going on, so I have to keep the live stream strictly at 2 hours. So at 6 o'clock, that's pretty much it for me. So yeah, so that's let's see what we can accomplish in the 2 hours while we're here. So yeah, so rapidiographs. For the win. Wow. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it's like, so I really don't know how this issue really got away from me. I literally started it at lockdown last year, and oh yeah. Yeah, right, exactly. The best thing about these lights is that at least I can see also where the ink is wet, so I can try to avoid it. But yeah, really, it's like I've done that enough times. Yeah, it's the one benefit I can give everybody who does this stuff digitally, is that at least you don't have to worry about that. But I guess the equivalent would be, I guess, having like a smudge show up, and you have like 150 layers to try to figure out where that smudge is to try to erase it. So I guess there's always an issue with that. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, so we're gonna be trying to get everything out, or at least starting to get everything out by the end of the month. So, but thank you for your support. I mean, this volume 1, it's the most backers Tall Tales have had in its entire Kickstarter life so far. So we're really happy the way it came out, so we're really glad that it performed the way it did. Let's see. Let me see. Okay, yeah. So yeah, that was kind of, yeah, because that's usually my thing. Like the last time I was at Disney World I was in there last February, running the Princess half marathon, and little did we know. And yeah, that was, it was also the first year I had bought an annual pass. So it's kind of like, oops. It's like, yeah. So that was pretty heartbreaking to not be able to go again, because I was supposed to go back in November to run the Villains half marathon weekend, and they had to cancel that. And it was just yeah, it's kind of tough, but just not being able to go out anywhere, much less there. But luckily, right before vaccination started rolling out, we made the decision to make not a reservation, but yeah, reservation. Well, it's like we're going at the end of the year, because we figure that we would get the best prices pre-vaccinate, but before, pre everybody getting vaccinated, then once everyone got vaccinated, and then started making the rush to go back outside. And yeah, it kind of worked. It did work, because like we're beginning to see in the videos, it's like the more people who get vaccinated, the more they're ending up going there. And it's like, oh, well, at least, we have our reservations already set up and paid for, so we're good to go. So, yeah, I'm not thinking about it, but we're definitely going sometime in the end of the year. Yeah, they refunded my annual pass money. I mean, granted, it's like technically, well, I mean, because I was there in January, and then I was there again in February. Yeah, I had a crazy 2 months. So I got my money's worth out of the annual pass. And the tables in Wonderland and the whole thing. I got my money's worth for those 2 months, that's for sure. But It's, I knew it would just be a waste for me to sit on it. So the when the opportunity arose for me to get my money back, I did, and they refunded me in full. So I was pretty surprised by that. So yeah, so then speaking of annual passes, so what I did, there you are, Nita. There you are. So no, you're not late. We're just kind of starting, trying to get some inking done here. So what I did recently was I bought an annual pass to the Metropolitan Museum of Art, because I figure if I could spend a significant amount, if I was able to spend that much money, for a Disney World annual pass, I could at least spend a fraction of that on my local museum. so so that's what I did. So hopefully soon I'll be able to utilize that pass and get back into the Met. Because I don't know about you. It's like I could stand to see some Rubens and some Titians and some Goyas live and in person again. It's been too long. Oh, well, no, they don't. Actually, what's funny is that the closest thing is at the Met, they have collectible kid robot dunnies. They're little rabbit toys that they've done up in different, like, uh, textile patterns and whatnot based on artwork. So that's the closest they have. No fudge, no fudge. Shaped like Mickey's though at the Met. No. Yeah. I'm fiending for it. I'm fiending for it. So yeah, I figure it's like, I was able to get through the second dose with pretty much one crappy day out of the whole thing. So yeah, I think a museum trip is in order. Once the what is it? It's like, I think it's like 2 weeks has to pass after the second dose. So yeah, so I'm definitely running. Yeah, speaking of running, the more literally rather than figuratively. So yeah, so kind of to give myself a little kick in the butt, in terms of weaning my back weaning myself back outside, is I signed up for a 10K in Central Park in June. So I started training for that yesterday. I mean, it's like I figure I could give myself a little bit, kind of like a month or so, um, to get back into that routine. So yeah, so I'm still a little achy from the effort yesterday, but I'm hoping that by the time the race comes around, I'll be like my, yeah, kind of my usual self. Because that's really the thing, right? It's kind of like relearning how to like get back to normal. Although what's funny is that I've been getting so much work done this past year that it's like, okay, I just have to be careful to not let getting back outside and getting back into my regular routine distract myself from the work that I'm building. I've built momentum on. So that's the trick there. Yeah, yeah. I mean, any museum really. It's like any museum is pretty cool. I was watching a video about a train museum in Japan, and yeah, it's like that. That was pretty cool too to watch. Yeah, but that just goes to show you you can present if you present anything in the correct way, anything can be entertaining and educational. But yeah, I don't know how this issue got away from me that year. Because like I was saying before, I started working on this book last year when lockdown started, and I don't know. It's like all of a sudden, it's like it just getting slowly pushed back, pushed back, pushed back. It's like, okay, well, I finished this. Let me go do something else. Well, I finished that. Let me go do something else. And now it's just getting this inking done, and it's like, oh my goodness. And that's the thing too. I really don't want to be still inking this when I have to go live with the campaign. That's kind of a nightmare scenario, so I'm trying to avoid it. Yeah, yeah. Hit all the museums. Hit them all. Hit them all. All the museums are good. I think that that's kind of like the best way to get outside and get your creative juices flowing. Oh, the museum. There's a museum of broken relation. Yeah, well, it's Hollywood. It's like it is. That's what the normal stuff that happens there. Museum. How could that be possibly interesting? Oh, there we go. The Mott's Miniature Museum. Okay, cool. I know that we have I think like somewhere in Jersey, either Jersey or like just before you enter Connecticut, there's the Pez Museum. I think it when we passed it when we were going through Jersey. I don't remember. Um, so this little thing here is kind of cracking me up because one of the things that we're seriously going to be doing in the near future is start coloring in the tall tales pages, start doing them in color. And the funny thing is that um part of the coloring is what I didn't realize. I only started realizing it when I was coloring in certain scenes in EGORAVEN, on how certain like graphic scenes don't look so graphic in black and white, but the second you color it in, even though I'm very stylistic with the violence, um it looks kind of gnarly. And there are pages in Tall Tales that they're going to look a little um you're gonna think they were directed by Quentin Tarantino or something. Once I get certain pages colored, because it's like, oh well, that looked a little different in black and white. I think that there was a scene. Hold on, I think in like the second issue that kind of surprised me when spoiler. So yeah, so in black and white, this scene didn't look as hairy, and now that everything's in color, it's like, oh, I might have gone a little overboard with that, but that's okay. Adds visual interest. um So yeah, so there are like certain scenes in Tall Tales that's like, oh, they're gonna look crazy in color. Let's see. Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, it's going to look. Yeah, the book is going to look really cool in color. I was really surprised. I mean, at first I was kind of like annoyed at what seems to be a bias for color books, even though it's like we all pretty much by now everyone's pretty much raised on manga and everything's in black and white, and you would think everybody would be used to that by now, but no, there seems to be, everyone just likes things in black, in color, as opposed to black and white, if given a choice. And after doing these first two issues of Eagle Raven in color, it's like I'm kind of seeing, well, I'm not kinda, I am seeing the point. There's just something like the color just completely transforms the artwork. And yeah, and in the black and white, I don't want to say it just doesn't cut it anymore, but my original black and white pages for Eagle Raven, it's like, oh yeah, the color really adds so much to it. Like, I don't know, there just seems to be a better visual connectivity to the artwork that you get in color that you don't get in black and white, which is weird. I mean, I've spent all this time doing black and white comics, so it's like I'm really surprised at how quickly pretty much I made the switch over. Oh yeah, I think I know which scene you're talking about. Although there's probably multiple scenes. Yeah, it's like because that's the thing too. It's like I didn't want to be like completely Cronenberg with it. Like go completely. Um, but yeah, but once it's in color, like even that little bit is going to like really pop out and make the scene probably look worse than I originally like kind of intended, because it looks different in black and white. Yeah, it's like America. Yeah, I think so, that everyone, that even with manga, everyone is just used to just American comics in color. That's what it is. If it's not manga, or you're not doing that manga style aesthetic on your pages, it's like, well, why isn't it in color? It's like, yeah, I prefer. Yeah, I mean, it just depends for me. It's like now, it's like it just depends. Before I used to be like, because I grew up during the '80s boom when everything was in black and white, and the reason why I learned to ink the way I did was because we couldn't afford color. I mean, yeah, it's like color comics were available, but it was incredibly cost prohibitive. So I had to figure out how to ink in a way where I could make up for the fact that it was in black and white. So that's just what I'm used to. But and mind you, there's certain black and white books that I've seen them try to colorize and it doesn't look good at all. So I don't know. I guess either it depends on the quality of the colorist too. Um, but yeah, it's like after doing these two issues in color, I'm like, I'm kind of a convert. But so regardless of all the extra time that it takes me, even with someone doing the flattings, I mean, yeah, it's like now it's like I won't really seriously consider. I mean, I'm inking it anyway, So, and I'm inking, even though I'm inking for color, I'm still inking for black and white too. So, the pages that I'm doing now, they still work in black and white. They just have a lot less detail in it. Like Thieves Quest. I mean, not Thieves Quest. Tears of the Mother is kind of indicative of that, of me trying to pull back on all that crazy detail. Not necessarily for color, but just so that it's more legible in black and white or just bolder? Let's see. Well, that's true. That's true. I mean, but you always need a good story to carry everything. That's the thing. I mean, it's like if you're just going to look at the artwork, then just get an art book or something. You don't need the story. But yeah, and oh yeah, like I'm still kind of on the fence with this Conan recolored book that I came across. It was The Song of Red Sonja, and it's Barry Windsor Smith artwork, digitally colored, and it looks weird. I don't know what to feel about it. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, the Starblaze I really enjoyed, in spite of what Wendy Pini, she hated the Starblaze Dawning editions, because she says it destroyed her watercolor. So I can only imagine what those pages must look like in person. But when Dark Horse released the pen, like the black and white version, that's just her pen and inks, I had to snatch that up, because it's like, really, it's like, even though the Starblaze, the color, the watercolors was I mean, to me at the time, my untrained eye, I guess, it was spectacular. The black and whites are striking, very striking, and I still refer to it. Um, I guess what doesn't help is when she tried to digitally color the work herself, or she tried to have it recolored. Well, she had it recolored, and she tried to do it like animation cell style, and it just didn't work at all. Even though I think she was trying to do that because she was trying to get the animated movie done, and I think that was like part of like a proof of concept she was doing. But yeah, but like pretty much every attempt at coloring ElfQuest after the Starblaze Dawning, I just wasn't feeling it. Yeah. It's like, yeah. Well, the albums were those were my first. I didn't see ElfQuest before then. It was like, I think it was like, yeah, it was the Starblaze Dawning, and then I started collecting the Marvel re-releases, which is just that flat Marvel color. It was like just a completely different vibe. So it's not like it really stood out for me. I mean, I don't know. It was kind of weird. What's funny is that I found all those issues at my local comic book shop, but they're like $3 each. So it would cost, yeah. So it's like, I was tempted to kind of like get them, but at the same time, it's like, oh, what am I going to do with these? Because what I really wanted were the covers from them. But I think if I just looked online, I could just get JPEGs of them. Let's see. In volume 2, or digitally colored, it was done as an extra fill-in chapter. Oh yeah, I mean, yeah. Like I said, I wasn't crazy about all the digital coloring that they were doing. It was a lot more missed than hits, honestly. And then it's like when she started doing her own stuff, like she was doing like a thing called I guess like a Yoi version of Mask of the Red Death, and she was digitally coloring it, and holy moly, it's like you would think she was colorable the way she was coloring that. I mean, it was just like little too much heavy, pretty much it boils down to, don't use black for airbrushing shadows. Let's just put it that way, color theory. Yeah, I just remember being like so muddy and heavy on the purples. Yeah, so it's like, yeah, it was something like that. Hold on, let me just refer to the previous issue. because I don't remember my own stuff. Oh, here we go. Okay. I don't know why I shaded in her hair. I was about to color that in black. It's like, wait a minute, I don't remember her having black hair. So it was a good thing I checked. Because no, she does not have black hair. Oh, so yeah, so let me show you this. So yeah, just to give you an idea as to how different. So this is kind of how my inking looks now, pretty much, right? This this is how my inking looked then. A lot heavier with the blacks, a lot more textural. I'm trying to find a middle ground, so yeah, but like I said, this is going to look a lot nicer when it's in color. Yeah, so you can see the difference between the two styles. Yeah, also the thing is too is that I'm also like, as much as I want to get this done, I also don't want to rush it either, because I used to make that mistake in the past where I would just like try to grind through it, and then it's like you can kind of tell which issues I kind of rush through, and and it's not a good look. Okay. So let's do something a little different here and grab. Oh wait, I forgot this right here. Okay, so let's yeah, pretty much that's what happened. It used to be that the thinnest pen was the one that I would do everything in, so I was noodling a lot with doohickey lines. Now it's just like, now that's the last pen I use, if I use it at all. I'm trying to really stay away from those super fine lines, and because also it's like sometimes they really don't add anything, and sometimes they break up in scanning. So I end up having to clean them all out anyway. So yeah, so I'm just trying to avoid those really fine lines now. And especially once I start getting these colored, they're going to be moot anyway. With the third and fourth issue of EGORAVEN that I had flatted, it has a lot of cross hatching in it that I am going to edit out when I go in to do the shading, because they're just completely unnecessary. The color is going to do the shading now, so I don't need the line work there. So yeah, it's just a lot of cleanup that I have to do. Oh yeah, the poor scans. Yeah, yeah. It's like, yeah, it like watercolor also never scans correctly. Um, that's usually why some people they get their work photographed instead. see, but also it's like I have to keep referring to my previous issue. It's like, cause like, yeah, I know I'm taking out detail and whatnot, but how much am I putting in? Just to make sure I'm consistent with what I'm putting in. So, oh well, it's like commission. Oh, that would be fun. It's just that I'm not taking commissions right now. I'm actually like very behind on the work that I do have already in queue, and yeah, I'm not taking any commissions right now. As much as that's fun. I've done that for people before. So yeah, thank you for the offer, but yeah, unfortunately, it's like my schedule is completely full and then some. My cup runneth over. Uh, have you ever found yourself making serious continuity errors because you didn't refer back to it? Yes, constantly, constantly. That's yeah. It's like I'm trying to push forward, and yeah, I've had that happen a lot. And what's funny is that that's part of what I'm also fixing on EGORAVEN as I prep it for color and everything, is that not only am I removing cross hatching and correcting like really bad mistakes and like perspective and whatnot, and like tweaking character designs so that they're more consistent when the new issues come out. But yeah, it's like I did, especially with backgrounds, I do that a lot. Especially back then, um, I didn't pay attention to I treated backgrounds as more like props rather than an actual environment. So as long as I had something referred to as a background, that was fine by me at the time. Now it's like I'm trying to learn how to get more of an environment in terms of the backgrounds. And and really there's certain scenes in this issue where before I even worked on the pages, I did a blueprint of where they were. Like if I like there was a tavern scene, and I did a blueprint of the tavern, where the bar is, how many tables are there, if people were moving around, where would they be? It's like, so then that way I could be more consistent with the background. So the backgrounds made more sense when I actually put the characters in, as opposed to just being like a flat prop in the background that was just there kind of like really to fill space rather than to portray anything. And that's kind of driving me crazy with EGORAVEN, because I did that a lot in these couple of issues, and it's like, oh, that's not what it looks like. That's not what it looks like. It's not what it looks like. Like I like the main in issue 3 and 4, like one of the main places that the characters are in it is a blacksmith forge. And only recently did I actually map out the entire forge. I literally have a map that I refer to, a blueprint, and I have every little thing in that area. It's like, it's like, okay, the stables are here, the rooms, like the bedrooms are here, and then like, oh, this is where the forge is, this is where all the anvils are, here are the tables, and then there's the the living quarters where, connected to the bedrooms that are above the stables, and then it's like where the main table is, and it's where the fireplace is. Like I have all that mapped out now. But going back and re-looking at those pages, it's like, oh, it's like I know now. It's like, oh, that background is wrong, and that background is wrong, and that background is wrong. But at the same time, I don't want to redo pages. So it's like, so what I'm doing is like I'm just trying to clean up as best as I can to kind of sort of match what I have. It says I'm kind of like getting close enough. And that's all I can really do right now. Like I said, short of redoing stuff, and I'm not redoing stuff. I'll just be more careful in my future work with backgrounds and continuity errors and all that. But yeah, no, definitely. I've had a lot of problems with continuity, you know. Oh, cool. Sure. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I'm sorry. I couldn't help you. I can't help you there. Yeah, because yeah, like I said, my schedule is it's full. It's full and then some. Like technically, I was just about to make a continuity error now, because for some reason I shaded in this character's hair as black, and I was about to, just not thinking about it, but something told me, it's like, no, this is not right. Go check the previous issue. And yeah, and her hair is not black. And so it's like, yeah, so you just caught me about to make a continuity error. So yeah. So, let's see. Have you considered just doing digital only art for backgrounds? I've toyed around with that idea. The problem is that it's too much of a kind of learning curve. I have a friend who taught himself ZBrush, um, just to be able to do that he could create the environment, and then he could turn it however he wanted, depending on, what his characters were doing. And it's like, that's way too much of a time investment for me. Um, I'd rather just make the blueprint, to tell you the truth. Just, and mind you, it's like I say it's a blueprint, but it's not like I'm doing like architectural studies here. It's like I'm literally just mapping out where everything is, just so I know where the characters situate in that space. So yeah, but it's like, yeah, as convenient as that looks like it could be, getting to that point is not really something I have the time to do right now. Like I said, I've been working on this particular issue for the past year and a half. And it should never have taken me this long to do this issue. Like I said, I don't know how this issue got away from me. Um, so yeah, I just really don't have the time for that. Oh yeah, yeah, Ralph. Yeah, Ralph is a lot of people's favorite character. He's the porcupine wizard. Yeah, it's like he's kind of like the cynical comic relief. But I don't know if I would call him a cynic either. I don't think that's correct. He's not. He's just crabby. He just likes messing with people. He's a pest. That's pretty much what it is. He enjoys too much being a pest. So yeah. So yeah, a lot of people like him, so do I. He's always fun to work on. Okay, I think this might be the first inked piece I've done on a stream in a while where it actually looks like it's coming together in the time that it needs to be. Let's see. Have ever been approached by a studio? Or well, no, no. Yeah, a lot of people have said that they can see it animated, and I'd be lying if I said that I didn't either. My kind of like my fan studio setup would be Don Bluth and Peter Jackson. Don Bluth to handle the animation and Peter Jackson to do the directing, because it is very Lord of the Rings like. So, at least we know he can do Lord of the Rings, although I refuse to talk about The Hobbit. So that's another issue. But in terms of people actually coming up to us offering, no, not really, not really. And it's not something we search out for either. I mean, it's just one of those things where it's like, we're just doing this on our own, and just having fun with it, and it's like whatever comes of it comes of it. I mean, yesterday I was on Catch the Craze podcast with Sam and George, and we were talking about because Sam had mentioned his book Forbidden, how it's like, even though he had been working on that book for so long, like he had been working on it for 20 years or something, and he just finally he's finally like giving it like the grand official release. And he said that even then, like once he finished the script for that, he put it aside because even though it was complete, the story arc that he was working on was complete, that he wanted to see how well it did first before he moved forward with it. And he asked me if I did the same thing. And because I was working on stories after I finished the main EGORAVEN story arc, and I'm still working on stories after that. And what I told him was that, first and foremost, I only do my work for an audience of one, which is me. So technically, all this work that I'm doing is me entertaining myself predominantly, especially when it comes to EGORAVEN. That in pretty much neither Tall Tales or EGORAVEN are influenced at all by I guess like people's response to it. It doesn't matter to us. It's like, is the work getting put out there? Yes, then that's it. It's like we're entertaining ourselves first, and if everyone else enjoys it, that's extra. So I guess that's why we don't feel the need to kind of like shop around and whatnot. Like I said, whatever is going to happen is going to happen. But right, it's like as long as we're still working on it and putting it out, that's what counts. Oh, hello. Yeah, today's a big Tall Tales day. Yes, we're talking a lot about Tall Tales today. and also the thing is too, is that, in animated anything, I mean, it's, comics and animation are two vastly different mediums. So even if we were to do something, I mean, I don't know how realistic it would be to expect like a direct translation of the comic of Tall Tales to an animated like movie or a series or something. Like it would, and I guess that's also another reason too, where it's like, oh, okay, it's like it's not really something we push because it would be such a different thing. And pretty much out of our control. So, right, yeah, exactly. I mean, it's like, yeah, and what's funny is that I also used to write fanfic like that too. I mean, fanfic was really for my entertainment, that's for sure. But these, yeah. But Tall Tales and EGORAVEN, it's just like that's for us, and if you like it, thank you. It's like that's pretty much, you know. Oh, so I have to admit though, one of the benefits of drawing during the live stream, of inking during the live stream, is that when I see like the artwork in front of me looks different on the screen. So I'm actually I'm actually able to see whether my inking is working like correctly or the way I want it to, because I'm able to kind of like disassociate enough in a way that I can actually like I know it sounds a little weird, like actually see the piece like almost with fresh eyes, as opposed to the way I'm looking at it on the paper like this. I know it sounds weird. um it's kind of like how you're really proud of a piece of artwork and until you put it online, and then once you see it through the Facebook feed, you find all the mistakes, and that's usually what happens to me. It's like I put it online, and then it's like, oh man, I gotta re-upload. I gotta fix everything and re-upload it. This is the same issue 6 that I've been fussing on for a while. Um, so yeah, it's like I'm really I'm about halfway done with this, with inking, and then like the lettering is just really quick, so I'm not really concerned about the lettering. But yeah, because like the campaign for this book is supposed to be coming up in a couple of months, and the book's not ready. It's like, I mean, it's funny because it's like, I'm sure Sam is laughing at me right now, because it's like I keep saying the book needs to be done, the book needs to be done, the book needs to be done, and here I have a book that's not done, and the campaign is, I guess, according to my schedule, in like 2 months. So I mean, I'm looking to have it done, in that 2 months. It's like I took long enough on this. I just have to sit down and really concentrate and just focus on it. Because also I think that it would be a little embarrassing to end up with more issues of EGORAVEN done than I have of this. I mean, because this story arc, Tears of the Mother, is only 8 issues. So this is issue 6. So I got 2 more to go, and that's it. EGORAVEN's 15. And it'll be a little rude to have for that series to outpace this one. So just a little rude. So yeah, so I really got focus on this issue. And then it's like what I want to do is I want to do the layouts for 7 and 8 at the same time. Just work all the way through, just those last 2 issues, just work it all the way through, so that I'm just getting them done. So let me see. On the schedule, it's supposed to be July. July is the Kickstarter for this issue 6, which gives me a little over a month and a week and a half. To get this done, which, if I don't mess around, I could get it done. But one of the things that I was thinking about the Kickstarter schedule is that maybe what I need to do is not really schedule anything. Hey Sam. So what I'm using is Kohinoor Rapidographs. They're architectural pens. They're drafting pens, essentially. They're technically not supposed to be used for what I'm doing, but it's like I always say, nobody tells me what to do. So this is what I taught myself on. So that's what I use. I mean, in the end, you use the tools that work for you, not what people say you should be. Because it's like all this fussing, because it's really funny. It's like all this fussing about how to ink correctly. And now with so much work being done digitally, it's like, does it even matter anymore? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Just use, it's like there are artists who use ballpoint pens and you wouldn't know. But there is something to be said about using proper tools. But like I said, digitally, doing everything on the computer on the Cintiq kind of makes that moot. It doesn't matter. It's like now you're just loading up, brush textures and doing all this crazy stuff. So to get the look that you want, or to imitate certain pens and brushes, that it's like, it doesn't matter. But I'm using the Kohinoor Rapidographs. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, exactly. Just just use what works for you. Okay, so again, let me look up my reference, my previous issue, see what I did here. Okay, so now we're going to break out the fine pen. Ugh, yucky. At least this never happens on a computer, on the Cintiq. Friggin', I hate when I get an ink blowout. Ow. Criminy. Looks like I'm going to have to clean this pen. Oh, would help if it had ink in it. That's why. Okay. Let's do that. So I just have to put ink in the fine pen. I didn't realize I used it that much. And this one's not a rapidograph. It's a prontograph. I guess rapidograph is a trade name. And it has like a larger reservoir for ink than the rapidographs do, but it seems like it uses it up so much more quickly. All right. So hold on. Because this pen takes a while for it to get going. I might need to clean it. Yeah, I might need to clean this. Okay, so no fine lines today. I'm gonna have to go back to that. I'm not gonna torture you guys with watching me trying to activate a rapidograph. So okay, so let's just continue. Hold on. Oh, okay, good. There we go. That's how I got. Oh, there we go. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, I try. Yeah. So okay, where were we? Okay, so let's go back to our number 2. This is so this is a number 2 rapidograph. So we'll just go back to that. And then once I get that pen cleaned out, then I'll come back and continue. Okay, so we're over. Okay. Oh, did my oh no. Yeah, I just had to drop out for a second. I'm pretty sure you guys didn't need to hear me sneezing and watching me blowing my nose. So yeah, so yeah, that's I just I can stop my camera like that. So yeah, it's fine. So I hope it's not that's not too serious. But yeah, go ahead and ask your question. Go ahead. Uh, it's like yeah. So yeah, go ahead and ask your question. I'm answering pretty much. We're just having a conversation here, so it's no big deal. It's like I bought a new saddle chair. I keep hearing those things are like better for you. They're more ergonomic and whatnot, and they're okay. They're okay. But then again, it's like I think it has more to do with the fact that I'm just sitting a lot in general. Um, Yeah, you see, I'm gonna do it again. So don't panic, anybody. I'm just I'll just be right. I'm just gonna blow my nose. Hold on. Let's see. Why I haven't been watching? Well, I haven't been. Well, yeah. That's the thing about my YouTube channel. I haven't been keeping track of a lot of the comments lately, only because it's like I'm doing this. It's like I've been working. Wow, I've been working like nonstop um, on comic pages. It's like either I'm working on comic pages, I'm setting up files for print, you know, dealing with vendors, you know, getting stuff printed and stuff, getting the Kickstarters put together. Yeah, that it's like the YouTube channel has kind of I haven't been paying attention to it lately. I mean, it's like my last edited video, not a live stream, but my last edited video was like from last October, to give you an idea as to like how I'm a little behind on it. So if you're leaving comments and I'm not seeing it, trust me, I'm not ignoring you. It's just that I literally haven't been looking at my YouTube page on the back end like that. So yeah, if you've been leaving messages, I'm really sorry. It's like it's just that I've been really busy trying to get these comics done. Because like I said, I'm trying to create this buffer for next year. Because I have to start drawing issue. You know, I have to draw Tall Tales 7 and 8. I have to finish this, inking this. Then I have to actually draw out 7 and 8, which completes this story arc. Then I have to color EGORAVEN 3, 4, and 5 to get those done in advance so that I can work on drawing out 6, 7, and 8 for next year so they can come out in a timely manner on Kickstarter. Um, so yeah, you know, because like I don't want to get to the issues where I have to draw them out and then it takes like 6 months, you know, for another Kickstarter. It's like, no, I really want to like get these books out. So yeah, that's the reason why I haven't been seeing. If you're putting comments there, it's nothing personal. I literally just haven't been maintaining my YouTube channel. You know, that's the reason why I mean, I haven't even been pushing the whole getting to 1,000 yet. Like, I'm close. I think last I checked, that was like 870 or something. You know, and it's, yeah, I haven't really been pushing the YouTube channel the way I should, or utilizing it the way I should. So if that's what you mean, it's like, yeah, I apologize for that. But it's like, yeah, I've got everything full. Yeah, I've got everything full. It's just trying to keep up with everything. I've never been this busy before, and I've never been this, I guess, like hyper focused on scheduling. That's why the Kickstarter schedule is kind of falling apart for the rest of the year. Kind of upsets me. Oh, am I okay? Am I at 884? Okay, cool, cool. You see, I haven't even been keeping up with my own numbers. Thank you, pops. Yeah, I haven't been keeping up with my own numbers. Yeah, because it's like, yeah, because the scheduling is like I like having hard dates because it keeps me focused, but at the same time, the way the schedule is at now is, like I said, it's falling apart on me. So yeah, I'm a little distracted by that. So I kind of have to keep, so I'm narrowing my focus to what are my priorities right now. So I do the live stream so that I can just keep the like keep the YouTube active. Um, but other than that, I'm really not paying attention to the YouTube channel. You know, I mean, forget it. I think my Patreon is even in a worse state. Um, I still owe uploads for this month on my Patreon. And what my Patreon gets is that they get when I complete pages, I upload it there so that they see it first. So even though I'm obviously not gonna finish this page for this live stream, but when I do finish it, it I do like and it sounds bad. I do an art dump on Patreon. So if you okay, these are all the pages that I have finished for now. So they get a sneak peek of everything. The only thing the Patreon doesn't see in terms of Tall Tales is the actual completed lettered pages. But for EGORAVEN, they get everything. They even get downloads of the final PDFs when I'm done with them. So they get the completed books. But for Tall Tales, they have to wait until the Kickstarter to get it. But yeah, it's like yeah, I'm not no one's ever going to accuse me of being an influencer, that's for sure. Because it's like I am not really on top of the social medias the way I should be. Oh, if you're on there, yeah. But like I said, I haven't done an upload since last month. Like I said, I still owe the Patreon. Um, this month's artwork. So yeah, it's like if I know you're on my Patreon. Yeah, I still owe. I really do need to get better organized with all that. This is why people hire social media managers. But I'm not like that at all. Uh huh. Oh, well, I mean, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know, but it's not really something that's important to me right now. But yeah, but that's kind of the thing about scheduling. It's like there comes a point where it's like I have to prioritize what I want to get done. Um, and and for me sometimes, just kind of, putting YouTube, well, in terms of like really edited videos, I haven't, let's see. Yeah, I mean, it just, yeah, I guess it just, it just depends. Right. Yeah. I mean, but that's how the algorithm works too. It's like, it's the algorithm prioritizes negativity rather than, actual promoting something. So, um, so we got a little under a half hour to go. Like I said, it's like today, um, I actually have to stop at 6. So, but if you are curious as to where you can find me regularly on social media, I've been hanging out mostly on Facebook. I mean, which kind of surprises me myself, but that seems to be where everybody's at. So yeah, if you want to see, work in progress and some sketches and just whatever I'm doing, at the moment, I usually post to Facebook. So that would be the best place to find me. I really should consider setting up some music in the background for these quiet moments. When we're all just concentrating. That's what it is. But yeah, I'm trying really hard not to rush these inks. Yeah. We're all just intently watching now, right? Yeah, that's a definite spoiler. Um, the third story arc explains everything. The third story arc that pretty much explains everything. Yeah. I'm hoping it doesn't take me another 20 years to do that story arc because the math doesn't bear out. so so yeah, no. Yeah, if I have one regret, because I have many, is allowing myself to take so long as I did to do the work, to do this work, you know. But the irony of it is that I don't know if I would be doing the quality of work I would have liked um, if I did get this done sooner. It's like I don't know. It's kind of weird. Oh, sure. So good night to you, sir. I hope I hope you enjoyed so far what what you've seen. So so thank you for stopping by and chatting. Thank you. And hello creator, hello. Yeah. Well, creators outlet is the show. I know. Yeah, I did. I did. If you look on my, if you go down my timeline on my Facebook, you'll see the interview that I did on the Creators Outlet podcast too. It's like, yeah, maybe I am on a lot of podcasts. I don't know. Oh, well, that's actually something you would have to ask JD about, because he's the writer. He's the writer of the book. So yeah, that's the type of information that he would know. As much as involved as much as I'm involved in a lot of the aspects of Tall Tales, um, yeah, there's a lot of there's pretty much a lot of story questions that he would be the one to ask. Um, there's at least one. There's at least one. I can tell you that. There's at least one. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Um, yeah, there's at least one. I can tell you that much. But yeah, but that's the thing, like, that I wish that maybe I shouldn't have taken so long on doing these books, but at the same time it's like, would they be the books that I wanted now to see? Oh, yeah. So JD, he has a podcast a live podcast every Sunday. So yeah, so far it's been every Sunday. Sunday at 7:30. So you can catch him on his YouTube channel, just JD Calderon, Calderon. And that's where, yeah, so every Sunday he holds an open live stream. So if you want, you can ask them, you can ask them then. you know oh, there. Okay, so I got my yes. uh, let's, as crazy as Tall Tales is, we like to keep it hopeful. Like I said, it's based a lot on Lord of the Rings. I mean, not based, but it that's the vibe that we like for it. And yeah, and the basic theme of Lord of the Rings is hope. So yeah, it's like, you know that's, yes, there's hope. There's always hope and good in the world, Mr. Frodo. Right? So yes. Yeah. Let's see. So yeah, so I just got my 10-minute warning. So I'm just gonna continue on with this for like another 5 minutes, and then we'll just start wrapping up. But yeah, so I gotta clean out that pen. Yeah. Just tell him that that you're a regular here on my stream, so that he doesn't think you're coming out of nowhere. Right? Just tell him that you're a regular on Daphne's stream and that you have a lot of Tall Tales questions. Right? Yeah. No. We don't. Yeah, we don't like the IRS audits. Yeah. So, okay, so let's see. So, yeah, if my thin pen was working, I could have at least shown you what, like how much, like how different inking the thin lines would have been. Uh, at least it would have looked more finished, but that's kind of as far as you can go right now. But let's see. My extra pit pens. So I don't have a brush. Okay, so I guess that's, yeah. So I have to go I have to go clean nibs and find my brushes and stuff to fill in the black areas. But I think you all kind of get the gist the gist of it. So let me just ink a little bit more. It's probably like 2 more minutes. Let's see what I can do in 2 more minutes. Oh, no, there's a fly stuck in here, so it's trying, it's doing that whole bumping up against the window thing, and no, already, so that's the 5-minute warning. So okay, all right. So let's start tidying up here. So yeah, so okay, not bad for 2 hours. I mean, like I said, it's like I don't come on the live streams expecting to do serious work, because we're all just having a conversation here and hanging out. So it's a little, daunting, I guess, to expect actual work done. So I mean, really, if I wanted to sit down and be serious about it, I could do that. I could just not do a live stream. But then what's the fun in that, right? Okay, so all right. So let's wind this down. Okay, there we go. So okay. So there we go. So let's make it official. So as always, links to the Kickstarters, to the EGORAVEN Heir of the First Unicorn Kickstarter and the Nightwolf Kickstarter down below in the comments / show notes. Remember that there is a exclusive crossover print that you get when you support both our campaigns. So if you could show Nightwolf some love and show them that we can literally sell a literal dog and pony show print. Yeah. So links in the description box below. And okay, so you guys can you can do that. Well, so okay, I'm gonna say I never know how to end these things. I don't know why the lives. It's like I can do an outro. I mean, I can do an intro like nothing, but the outros are like a hot mess. So thank you so much for making it through another live stream, and as always, extra love to everybody in the chat for keeping it lively and, having, and us having this conversation back and forth and having fun and whatnot. And, so thank you so much for that. You can check out my social media sites listed here beside my head, or you can go over to egoworks.com, EGOWORKS, to see all of my links and galleries. Like I said, I mostly hang out on Facebook. Here on Facebook. So if you want to, see more up-to-date updates, that's what that means. You just head on over to my Facebook page there. And so if you want to learn more about art, illustration, and making comics, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. All that good stuff that makes the algorithm gods happy. Even though I'm extremely neglectful of my YouTube page, yeah, we still got to kind of make the effort for it. It's what we need to do, I guess. And don't forget to sign up right here. Sign up down below. For your free Tall Tales comics. You get them as downloadable PDFs when you sign up on either of our websites, Tall Tales Online or egoworks.com. And that way you can keep track of, you can keep updated with all our future campaigns, especially the way my schedule is looking, and any new projects coming our way and whatnot. And you get free PDFs for signing up. So don't forget to do that. So thanks for sharing your time with me and watching over my shoulder. And I hope you got a little something out of hanging out here. Look, we had fun at least, right? It's like you get to watch me ink, you hear me babble, the whole 9 yards. So that's pretty much it. So we're just counting down, and there we go. We're at the 2-hour mark. So thank you again, everybody. And yeah, that's pretty much it for me. So I'll see you again next Wednesday. I'll be on Geekgasm at 9:00 tonight. On the Indie Vault Network. I'll be on Breakfast Buzz tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. again on the Indie Vault Network. And I'll be again on Sunday for the Sunday Funnies with Randy Zimmerman. And that's, and then you'll catch me again next Wednesday. Well, I'll probably be inking more Tall Tales until I get this thing finished. So thanks again for all your support, and I'll see you on the next one. Ciao.
You are all weirdos. Ugh.